All right, what is up? What is happening? What is going on? We got something different for y'all today. Something very different. Super different, actually. Someone reached out to me on Instagram and offered me the idea of listening to Minecraft discs. And I thought, you know what? Wait a minute. That sounds fun. Let me do that. So we're splitting away from the normal album review and analysis, and we're going to be listening to all 16 Minecraft discs. And we're going to be throwing them probably in a tier list or some sort of ranking at the end of the video just so we can have some fun. But yeah, thank you for clicking on the video. If you decide to watch all the way through, thanks. Taking a little trip down memory lane. There's probably only about a few discs that I can recall off the top of my head, but other than that, I think the rests are just buried in my, childhood subconscious. People also recommended me Volume Alpha, like the main soundtrack for Minecraft. If you guys want me to check that one out, I also have not listened to that one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Not track, disc. Disc number one is 13. Oh, it's the scary one. Oh yeah, this is unsettling. This is the Herobrine shit. I remember this. Oh my god, yeah. Really hoping those bells don't come back in. That's not a pleasant one to hear. Oh god, bro. It's kind of fizzing out at the end. Is that a word? So that's a necessary one. I feel like we are all collectively got to be terrified by that. I don't think anyone's got to listen to that for pleasure in their free time. I don't think anyone is looking forward to playing that one when they see the disc. Those sounds definitely made me very afraid of the game as a small child. It definitely made me use torches when I'm in a cave system, and I have not played in a minute, and I still may use torches. So because of that song, it just instilled a fear in me. So disc number two is Cat. I remember this one as well. This is the pleasant one, I think. It's just a banger. It's just a fucking banger again. Oh my god. That synth bass is way more aggressive than I remember. Oh my god. There's always just been something so comforting, and just playful about that song. The song kind of makes you feel like you're prancing through cornfields, kind of like you're skipping, you're skipping to the music, you're just having some fun, you're having a fucking ball. Maybe you put that in the jukebox and you build a house, and we all love cats, especially cats in Minecraft. They're hella cute. Hella hard to catch though, and I think it's iconic. There's a reason why I kind of remembered it off rip. Disc number three is Blocks. like it's kind of trippy. I feel like it's kind of trippy. Oh. I think I enjoy this part of the song more, actually. Pleasantly surprised with that one. I noticed off the bat within the first 10 seconds that, the sound wasn't as quickly, enjoyable as much as Cat. And then looking at the length of the song, because it was significantly longer, probably two times the length of the other two, I was kind of worried that I will not like it and that I might get bored of it pretty quickly. But I was actually pretty surprised by how, that progressed, throughout the whole entire song. I felt like there was so many different elements and different kinds of synthesizers that were playing a role within that. I think the length of that track and just the way it constantly transforms itself definitely plays to its favor. I think it's worthy of Ox. I think it's worthy of Ox. Let's get into the next one. Number 4 is Chirp. It's kind of scratching my brain a little bit. Okay. That track took a journey. I would have to say that in sound wise. I hate to use this terminology here, but it's like you take the edible, right, and you're kind of tweaking out for a little bit. You're kind of having a little bit of a bad trip. Your heart's racing, and then someone puts on a funny video. You hear you hear a favorite song, and you're like, hey, you know what? Shit's not that bad. And then that's kind of what that reminds me of, because I feel like the beginning is kind of distorted. Doesn't really fit the vibe of Minecraft. It's kind of like a dementia caretaker sort of vibe, and we sort of escape that. Gradually starting to get into the more of the whole playful synthesizer kind of work that we hear on some of these songs. I think I fuck with it. I wouldn't skip it. I wouldn't cry if I got the disc in the game. Disc number 5, which is Far. I love the rhythm on these drums. You know, I was not expecting the track to take that sort of direction. And I feel like all these discs sort of catch me off guard a little bit in some way, shape, or form. Uh, I think the biggest thing I liked about that song was just how simple we started, how crazy bare bones simple we started. And I feel like it had the point so far where it was the most grand. You know, I felt like there was so much shit happening. I even felt like I heard a little bit of some vocals, like some like choir, like angelic sort of vocals within that. I don't think so. Disc number 6 is Mall. All right. Something about the way that sounded just kind of resonated with me. I feel like I can relate to that feeling. Can y'all relate to that feeling? The way the drums came back into the song in the second half, I found that incredibly enjoyable. I found myself vibing to it a lot more than I did in the beginning. I feel like it was definitely a grower. Is that an appropriate term? Yeah, love that one. Thought it was fantastic. Thought it was fantastic. It's all I gotta say. Number 7, I believe, is Mellow High. Let's get into that. Kind of a mischievous ass vibe. That was mid. I mean, I feel like the keys and the drums just weren't really following each other on that. I didn't like the vibe it gave me. You know, it sounds like someone was kind of breaking into my house and taking my coal, because there's such an abundance of coal in the caves that people just kind of forget to get a lot of it. So then they run out and they're like, well, I'm not gonna go all the way out to get fucking coal. So then they just take yours, and yeah. Disc number 8 is Stall. Bit of a jazz feel. Is that jazz? I don't know. Yeah, mellow high sounds like, you breaking into someone's house and stealing something. This one sounds like you're kind of, seeing who stole your shit. You're kind of playing detective on this one right there. I like that bass line. I thought it carried. I thought the bass carried. It sounded like a real, like one of those big ass fucking basses, the one that people like go like that to. It sounded like one of those, but I don't think I would be like, oh, I need to listen to some fucking stall. I don't think I would ever say that. I don't think I would ever say, oh, yo, put away the cat, put away the blocks. I want to listen to some fucking stall. I don't think I would ever say that. So, next one is Strad. A lot of reverb here. Feels like I'm on a horse right now. I kind of like it. All right. Maybe like someone's tap dancing. I don't know. Gotta say, I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't the biggest fan. The rhythm of it all wasn't really for me. It was kind of complex, paired with the kind of pads and the violins. I just don't know if that was, if it was things that I want to see in the team on a team together. I don't have much to say there really. I don't have much to say there. Coming up next is Ward. Okay. I was enjoying that. I was enjoying that. And then the track got quiet, and then everything came back in and sort of climaxed. And then I really started enjoying that right there. That was nice. That was beautiful. I thought that was amazing. It was nice and long. Came on. If that came on aux, I'd be like, yo, keep this shit on. I was to the jukebox, and then move it to me, closer to me. Love that one. That was incredibly layered and fun. Definitely fit the vibe of Minecraft too. Next disc we got is Wait. Okay. If y'all told me that this was Richard, I believe you. That shit was goaded. I'm sorry. That shit was goaded. Like I said, like I don't know. It sounds like some shit I would hear Aphex Twin do. Like if Aphex Twin made a Minecraft style song, because I feel like it definitely fit the vibe of Minecraft. You know, that was just it. I thought it was a banger. I thought it was gonna, and I think it goes well with the other discs that I think are my favorites so far, which I will talk about soon. Love the good vibes behind that one. I love the colors. I love the blue. So I think it's probably visually my favorite looking disc as well. So yeah, let's carry on with the next disc, just 11. Oh shit. Oh, I remember this. I think it definitely does take place in a Minecraft sort of setting. Even though we hear like human breathing, you know, we can hear we can hear like a shovel like breaking some sort of gravel or sand down. Maybe he's in a cave and he sees something scary. He's trying to run from it. But yeah, super scary vibes. But similar to 13, I think it's incredibly necessary. You know, I don't think it's Minecraft without that disc. So yeah, these next last four discs are not the same person. I think I remember there being only 12 discs back when I played, so I don't think I've heard any of these. So, all right, let's check out this first one, which is Pig Step. It's a no for me personally. Nothing against the song sound wise. You know, it's called Pig Step. I don't know if it's supposed to represent zombie pigmen. I don't know. I can't imagine a zombie pigman with that song. I don't think that that's nether vibes to me. I don't know. I don't think I'd find myself ever wanting to listen to that song in Minecraft. I don't know. Yeah, let's just carry on. Hopefully these next four. Hopefully these next three are still fine. This next one's called Other Side. Okay, I was liking those vibes. Pretty hopeful vibes. I feel like when you just load up the world, that's a song that you could listen to. That's a song that you could eat up. I like that one. I like that one a bunch. I think that's the same person that made the one that came before, so I definitely like that one over the other. That's for certain. I like the colors. I like the color of the disc as well, and I like the way the song progressed. So I feel like as a newer disc, I don't know how new that is. It could still, it might still be fucking years old. I would listen to that one again, and I wouldn't complain if someone played it in my house. So let's dive into these last two. Next one is five. Okay, kind of ominous. Kind of like the one we heard a few discs ago. Okay. Now we're back. I'm so lost. I'm so lost. Kind of similar to 11, where you kind of hear the dirt being mined at the end of it, or the gravel, I don't know what the fuck. Hear an overpowering force that kind of ends the song. I was having a hard time following that one. I think, with comparing it to 11, because I think they're both very similar. 11 was just kind of you kind of felt like you were in an empty space, but it was kind of building suspense. It was kind of terrifying. But that one was just kind of all over the place for me. I'm not too sure where the fuck we were going, so I kind of found it hard to be nervous in a sense. I mean, I saw it there when the track started, and I loved when the kind of sound that was similar to what we heard on Chirp. I loved when those came in, but those kind of disappeared, and we kind of went back into some sort of kind of indescribable atmosphere. I don't know. I just felt like we were kind of time hopping from place to place, but I mean, I liked it. I liked it. I don't know what it means. And let's hop into this last one, which is Relic. Oh, I like this. This is pleasant. I'm trying to make it louder. I like that one a bunch, and I hate to say it, I feel like those synthesizers kind of gave me a Boards of Canada feel right there. I feel like that's what it reminded me of. And for it being the newest disc, I feel like it still kind of brought me back. I feel like it would have fit right in with the other discs that we heard on here. I don't think I would have batted an eye. I don't think I would have said, "Oh, this sounds newer." I love how the drums were on it. That was nice. All of it was incredible to me. I think if I got that disc in game, I'd be pretty happy. And I think it's the newest one as well. So, uh, and it also put like a feeling of nostalgia in me, to be honest. And I never even listened to the disc in game, so I think it did a great job of what it did. All right, let's get into it. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. If you guys want to see any more tier lists in the future, let me know. I already explained my liking to all of these songs and my disliking. So this is gonna be pretty quick. Coming in at first, I'm trying to. These images don't come with the name, so I have something pulled up right here. Coming in at first is Pig Step. You know what they say, first is the worst. Let's throw this motherfucker right in F tier right now. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it, and I'm trying to space all these out. I don't want a bunch of shit to pile up in one tier, so we're gonna throw this bad boy in F. Sorry, sorry. Next one we got is Mall. I don't know. I feel like the way Mall sounded, it's an underrated pick for sure. But I'm just gonna spit a hot take at y'all. I'm gonna throw this. In S tier. Boom. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. That's the kind of timing that I'm on right now. I'm gonna say that's far. Far. I kind of liked it. It was my favorite, but I did kind of like it. We're gonna throw this one. We're gonna throw this one in B. We're gonna throw that one in B right there. Chirp. Chirp. I have similar feelings towards Chirp. I like how it started, even though it didn't really remind me that much of Minecraft. I just like the progression of that song and all the different sounds that went with it. I'm also gonna throw this one up in the B right now. Next one is Blocks. The pretty long one. I don't know if it was because it was third up that I got a good impression on it. Wasn't my favorite sound wise, but I admired a lot about the song. So I'm gonna throw it up in A. Next one is Cat. In my opinion, I think it's an instant. S, just for the comfort that it brings. I don't think that there's a single motherfucker on this planet that'd be like, no, skip it. I think if that person exists, they must be a pretty sad individual. Up next, we got 13. 13 is a scary one, but I think it's incredibly necessary, and I think it's very scarring and traumatizing. So I think it does its job perfectly, and I think it's nice and brief, and it's scary. You don't know what it's about. You don't know who's here. Some sort of entity, maybe. You don't know. It's like someone died. So we're going to throw this one up in the A tier because I think it's brilliant for what it does. Next one we got is 5. 5 that I was kind of comparing to 11 a lot. I definitely like 11 more. But I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a lot of different sound effects going on, some futuristic things at times, and some parts of the song that we heard back in Birds. So I thought it was cool. We're gonna throw it in. We're gonna throw it in C though. I don't think it compares to Far or Birds. Other Side, I like that one quite a bit. That was nice and fun. Thought it was silly. That was a silly one. We're gonna throw it up in B. With these two gents right here. And next we have, I think that is Wait. That one is Wait. Also one that I enjoyed immensely, almost as much as Cat and Mall. So actually on the same league. I think I am going to throw it in S. Next is 11. I feel like if I put 13 in A, I'm also going to put 11 in A because in my opinion it's just on the same level as Traumatizing and Mysterious. So I think they're kind of go hand in hand with each other right there. Next we have Ward. I love the way Ward was kind of set up, very layered and intense synths. I thought it was very fun and catchy. We're gonna put that up in S. We're gonna put that up in S as well. I'm in a pretty S mood right now. Strad, I believe that this is the one that sounded like Horsies. I thought it was fine. I don't know. It didn't really make a significant mark on me. I think it's a low B for me. Stall and Mellow High. I didn't really enjoy Mellow High too much. I think I'm gonna throw it in D. Kind of mischievous sound to me. Like so, I felt like someone was stealing my shit as I was listening to it. So wasn't really my vibe. I don't like the color scheme either. I'll say it again. Not for me. And Stall, I think I like the sound of Stall. I just don't really see it fitting in with Minecraft a bunch. So we're gonna throw it in C. And this last one right here, Relic, I thought was very good. I was afraid of it being the newest one that it would sound outlandish and not really that much like Minecraft, but in my opinion I think it fits well with the rest of the discs on here. I'm debating A or S, but I feel like I haven't grown up with it enough to put in an S, so I'm gonna throw it up in A. That's my list, y'all, for today. Those are my thoughts on the discs. Thank you so much for watching. If you're mad, please don't be. I just listened to some of these songs for the first time in years, so my opinion is no better than yours. So thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate all y'all. If y'all want me to do any more of these quirky, outlandish videos that I usually don't do, I usually do my reviews, and I still will. Fleet Fox is in a few days. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all y'all. And yeah, let me know. Just let me know. Let me know.